We all know what is light trail in nightscape photography. Basically, we go to a location after sunset where there are cars moving. We put our cameras on a tripod, set our camera shutter speed to about 10 to 20 seconds, and click. Once done, we should be able to see multiple white or red lines in the picture depending on the car's moving directions. If the cars move away from us, we should be able to see the red brake lights, and if the car is coming toward us, we should be able to get white lines where the lights coming from the car headlamps. In this video, I will be showing you guys another form of light trail where we only expose our camera to about 1 second, and this is what we call it as short exposure light trail. Before we get started, if you guys been following me on Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp community, you probably know I organize free photography outing here in Singapore, exploring sunsets, twilights, time-lapse, and nightscape. This outing open to all who would like to learn photography using their cameras or smartphone. A shooting location will be announced a week before, and the exact meeting point will be posted in our WhatsApp group a couple of days before the event. If you are in Singapore and if you are interested to join us, please feel free to join our Facebook page or WhatsApp community groups. Link can be found below in the description. Last Wednesday, we went to Changi Link Bridge shooting this amazing shot. For me, in my opinion, the best time to shoot was during blue hour when I can still get sunset color in the sky and a bit of light trail from the car. Just that this was taken during sunset or right after sunset. You can see that the car has got a bit of motion blur. So the reason why all these cars are motion blur, it was because of the shutter speed dropped down to 0.5 second. Right, so I was shooting at 24mm, f22, 0.5 second without any filter. Right, so these are the shots that it's quite interesting. This is what I mentioned about short exposure, where you can see a little bit of motion blur from the vehicle or from the car, and has got a bit of light trail. So it actually illustrates motion and illustrate or it shows speed from this vehicle. So the shot that I liked, normally I will press 5 to start it, or you can actually give a rating. For example, you can actually give a rating, just go to set a rating, and you can give it a 5 star, or 4 star, or 3 star, or 2 star, and 1 star, or by default it's actually no star or 0. So by giving a rating, at the end, since like what I mentioned just now, I shot 200 over shots, so it's impossible for me to process all these 200 over shots. I will definitely go through the entire series and look for the pictures that I love most. So those that I love most, I will put there. I will give that picture 5 star. Those pictures that I think that I know and have a bit of improvement or can be improved further, I will normally give them 3 star or 4 star. So when I finish the selection process, I will just go to the star rating down here. So you can see that, I don't know whether you guys can see. Let me zoom in. So there are star rating down here: 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, and 5 star. So for example, if I click on 5 star, Lightroom will only show me pictures that I chose or pictures that I actually gave 5 star. So in this case, I have 4 pictures that has been given 5 star. So these are the 4 pictures probably I like the most from this scene. Okay, let's go for the first picture. Okay, what's so special about this first picture I love here is pretty much because of there are only 4 cars. If you look at it, there are only 4 cars in these pictures. So 1 car, 2, 3, and 4, and they are all heading towards the same directions. Yep. So this is quite a minimalism shot where you can see that there's an arrow. The arrow is actually pointing towards these directions, and the car is also moving to that direction, and that direction pretty much is the tower and the sunset. So let's do a bit of editing about this picture. Okay. Okay, first of all, I look at the pictures. What are the places that or what are the sections that I need to edit? Obviously, I will think that no, the sky is a little bit too bright, and then the foreground is a little bit too dark. So these are the areas that I would definitely want to improvise, and I would like to illustrate or show a bit more on the car. Yeah, showing that I know it's actually moving in one direction and heading towards the light. Okay, so first thing I will do is that I'll look at the color profile. In this case, it's Adobe Color. Sometime by changing this to Adobe Landscape, it may help. Let's see. Okay, so once you change it on Adobe Landscape, you can see that there's a slight improvement towards the color. This is before, and this is after. Okay, so that's the first thing I will normally do. Second thing is, I look at the picture overall exposure. Was it like too bright? Was it like too dark? So this is the overall picture exposure. If I were to increase it, obviously the road and the car will be brighter, but the sky will be too bright and it lose some of the color. Right? So I leave it as it is. Maybe I should do a bit of shadow. See, if I increase the shadow, you can see that the road and the car and the foreground, it will get a little bit brighter. Maybe I just stop it at about 20 points. Not too much. This is a bit unrealistic because it's a night scene, so it shouldn't be too bright where you can see the light trail. It shouldn't. So it will be just around 15 points or maybe about 20 points. Okay, I think I will stop it at 15 points. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is that I would like to enhance the color of the sky. So I will move down to masking. Okay, so this is where the masking button, this is a magic button that all of us should be familiar with. It is pretty much called masking. Okay. Click on it. So the masking tool has got quite a number of masks. So they have this mask called select subject, select sky. These are all AI features that put into Lightrooms. So if you select subjects, literally the AI will try to look for subjects in the picture. If you select the sky, obviously the AI will look for sky. So let's do a sky selection. Okay, it's pretty good, right? So you look at here, the AI actually managed successfully select the entire sky. And if you look at it, the whole sky is actually been selected from top to bottom. They are all same density. So that means that if I were to increase the exposure, the whole sky from top to bottom, from all the way from the top to the horizon, it will be brightened. If I darken it, the whole sky from the top to the horizon will be darkened. Okay, we can rename this mask and call it a sky. If I double click the mask itself, sky. Okay. Yeah. So now we are going to do the editing for the sky. So first thing, maybe let's try to warm up the sky a little bit. This is definitely too yellow. This is definitely too blue. So the sweet spot should be, just bring up so that you guys can see. This is definitely too blue. This is too. Okay, this is about right to the point. Then look at the contrast. Maybe you can increase a little bit of contrast to give a bunch of color on the horizon. Now we look at this guy. The top part is actually a little bit too bright, and it doesn't look realistic. Usually, the sun is actually at the horizon, and obviously the horizon area should be brighter than the top part, right? So what we can do is that go back to the mask again, click the plus sign. This time we're going to select linear gradient. Okay, we drag from the top, maybe all the way to somewhere around here. You notice that this mask is also covering the tower, the control tower. How are we going to exclude the control tower? what we can do is that we try to use the subtract from mask by clicking the minus button. Then let's try select subject, see whether it detects the tower. Okay, it does. See, so we actually remove away the tower from the mask itself. So now what we can do is that if you were to increase the exposure, obviously that area will be very bright. If you were to decrease the exposure, that will be a little bit darker. Okay, does it look realistic? Maybe 1.0. Those you can see, this is the part that I'm adjusting. I think I'm quite happy with 1.10. Yeah. Other than that, we can also make it a little bit bluish, not too blue. It's just around there, yeah. So usually after sunset, the horizon will still have a color, the golden color, but it will gradually goes up. It will gradually, when it's away from the sunset, away from the horizon, it will normally looks a little bit darker and a little bit bluish. So this is what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay, looks good. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to brighten the road and the car. So same thing, let's go to plus sign again. Let's look at the radial filter. Okay, what the radial filter does is that it will give you one oval shape, and you can actually tilt the oval shape to the direction that you like. For example, if I were to tilt it to this way, let's see what it's going to give us. I'm going to increase the exposure. You can see that. Yeah. Looks good. So this is before, this is after. Before, after. Okay. So you can see that the road towards the horizon or towards the sky is a little bit brighter. But now it's not something that's not realistic here, as in like the sky is actually golden color, but the road is actually kind of like dark or black. So if you want to match a little bit of the color from the sky, what we can do is that we go to the temp slider, and we increase a bit of warmth. Yeah, this is too much. Maybe just by about 25 point. A bit of warmth. Yeah. So now it has got a bit of color from the sky. See whether you can increase a little bit of contrast. Looking good. Okay. The next thing is that I'm going to give a bit more warm color to the horizon. So again, I'm going to choose the radial filter, and this time I'm going to just select the horizon and the road. And I'm going to warm it up a little bit more. Probably can also use of the tint just to add a bit more magenta to the scene. Okay. So this is before, and this is after. Last thing I'm going to do is that if you look at the trees here, they are a little bit dark. So what we can do is that just a simple radial filter. This is not very useful because I think I can see a reflection from the glass. On the day itself when we shot, we are actually shooting this picture through a glass. So let's not bring too much. You can also right click the same filter and duplicate the filter. You can actually move the duplicate filter to another area. So we will just like that. Then duplicate again. And we move it to this area. Right, so all our trees will be, this is the way to right. Just add a bit of light. Maybe about 25 points. Okay, cool. Before, after. Yeah, the next thing I'm going to work on will be the tone curve. So usually I will look at the curve. I will try to make the S curve by pulling this dot a little bit higher and pulling this dot a little bit lower. So this is the S curve. Normally it will work and it give you a much contrasty picture. This is before the tone curve and this is after the tone curve. Okay, color grading. The next thing is color grading windows. I love to add in some color grading to the scene by playing with this section. What you can do is that you can just drag, not too much, just a little bit. But if you look at here, this is towards the green tone, this is towards the blue tone, this is towards the magenta or the purple tone, and this is towards the red tone. So it pretty much depends on which tone or the mood that you are looking for. So for today, I think I will go for maybe I'll go for this mood today. This is the intensity of the color. So normally we don't do too much. From 0, we just pull out a little bit. Yeah, just keep a little bit. I'm sure they can see that. Let me bring it in. Yeah, talking about this one. Yeah, if this is too strong, then it will become very unrealistic. So normally we'll just pull out a little bit. Yeah, it was cool. And the last thing I like to do is to add a bit of haze to this picture. You'll be asking like, why are we adding haze? Haze sometimes can work to the advantage, as in like introduce lights or introduce brightness to certain portion of the picture, especially lights coming from the horizon. So how I'm going to do is that I'm going to the dehaze slider and I'm going to pull this slider towards negative. So that means that we are adding haze. So you can see that once you add haze, maybe not too much, just stop it at maybe 25 points. Okay, this is before, this is after, before, after. So it gives you a sense of lights where it's coming from. So you think the light is coming from here, then we put a radial filter here. If they think the light is coming from here, I'll put the radial filter somewhere around here. Okay, that's pretty much about it. Thank you so much guys for watching, and if you like this video, please give a like and subscribe to my channel. See you. Thank you.